And this is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Campagno here with my co-hosts, Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany. And also joining us today, Kennedy, host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, and Brian Kilmeade, Fox and Friends co-host, host of the Brian Kilmeade radio show, and host of One Nation. Now we begin with President-elect Trump showing his strength on the global stage. With just 48 days to go until his inauguration, Trump is letting the world know that he intends to put America first. Just yesterday, after the IDF confirmed the death of yet another Israeli-American hostage, Trump sent this message to Hamas. Quote, "There will be all hell to pay in the Middle East, and for those in charge who perpetrated these atrocities against humanity, those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America. Release the hostages now." And after Trump threatened a 25% tariff on Canada, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau went down to Mar-a-Lago to speak personally with the president-elect. Here's senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy reporting on how that meeting went.
Tonight, we're getting some new details about that Trump-Trudeau dinner from two people who were at the table. We are told that when Trudeau told President-elect Trump that new tariffs would kill the Canadian economy, Trump joked to him that if Canada can't survive without ripping off the U.S. to the tune of $100 billion a year, then maybe Canada should become the 51st state and Trudeau could become its governor.
Yo, Trump is absolutely a troll, dog. Like, oh my God. That's not funny. Nah, it is funny. It is funny. That's crazy. How you suggest something like that? Come on, Trump. What you doing, man? Why you gotta hit him that low, man? That's not cool. You know? But hey, you standing on business, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that you put in America first and you thinking about your people and you fighting for us every single day now that you are president-elect. Let's continue.
To which reportedly, Kilmeade, there was sort of nervous laughter in the Trudeau camp. But the reality is he drew a hard line and they went down there to try to change his mind. But his mind's not changing.
You know what's kind of, I think, kind of cool is that there's nothing better than seeing someone face to face. In a time in which everyone's talking about AI, communication, text messaging, Instagram, and that's all Kennedy talks about. More on that later. Well, I will say, Justin Trudeau says, why rather than go back and forth, why don't we just meet? I love the fact that he went down there and they get to hash it out right there and walk away with things. Also, Donald Trump's doing what Kayla, he did every day. He starts the day with leverage. He wakes up and goes, "Oh, you want my nominees? If you don't nominate them, we're going to do it in a recess appointment. Game on." All of a sudden, people are scrambling. Then he says, "Okay, when it comes to controlling the border, I'm not going to wait and ask. I'm going to tell you right away, 25% tariffs. I don't like the way you're handling it." Oh, you have a problem? Next thing you know, he's negotiating already. It makes people act. He's like, "I don't have a lot of time. We're going to get this done." Bottom line is, the northern border has been a mess. If you talk to Governor Sununu, he talks about the people pouring across the border, drugs coming across the border. Guess what's happening now? They're using drone technology. They're using high-tech equipment and planes to start monitoring the northern border because they don't want any part of those 25% tariffs.
Kaylee, Kilmeade invoked you. And now let's talk about specifically as well those threats. To Kilmeade's point that the president-elect means and will do good on to those Hamas responsible and those who are continuing to hold our American Israeli hostages and others.
Without a doubt, he will make good on those promises. I can assure you. I listened to a fascinating talk by Wilbur Ross recently. He was the Commerce Secretary under Trump. He wrote a book. It's fascinating. And he talks about seeing the art of the deal up front when Trump was a businessman. And then he talks about the art of the deal coming into government. And what you're seeing now is the art of the deal working out with great efficacy. We saw this, as I mentioned last week, on May 30th, 2019. Trump said 5% tariff on Mexico unless you secure the border. 7 days later, what did Mexico do? They secured the border. That happened last term. Well, this term, you've got the art of the deal again. We were on this couch last Monday when Trump said, hey, tariffs are coming your way, not just for Canada, but for Mexico also. What happened? 3 days later, Claudia Sheinbaum, the head of Mexico there, got on the phone with Trump and they agreed to secure the border. What happened 5 days later? Justin Trudeau gets on a plane. I don't think he would have done that absent a Truth Social, goes to Mar-a-Lago, talks with Trump. And then what do we have from Trump? A warning to Hamas: I will obliterate you off the face of the earth, I'm paraphrasing, if you don't release the hostages.
Man, I think y'all remember when y'all was like in I don't know, maybe civics class or maybe English class or even history, I don't know, one of them classes, right? Or maybe just in your regular everyday life, you heard the term word is bond. I'm starting to understand and appreciate that phrase. Like, word is bond. And that is 100% true. And that is one of the reasons why I believe Trump is somebody that I can look at and I can say, you know what? This is not a perfect man. This is not somebody that, I know personally, obviously. And I'm not saying like I just trust the dude completely. Like I'm just, I don't know. Right. But what I do know is that when Trump says something, oh, he's sticking to it. He's sticking to it. His word is his bond. And I think it's like exuding all over him. Like, and people know when he says, nah, we gonna put that 25% tariff on you if you don't get in line and you don't do what you got to do to secure the borders and stop all this fentanyl and all this nonsense coming into our country and illegal migration you allowing to happen. Nah, you don't want this smoke, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not promoting violence. All right. I'm not promoting violence. But at the end of the day, you do have to stand strong. You do have to stand firm. The way I look at the government is like this. I like to look at everything within the government as if I'm taking care of my own household, right? So the same way I wouldn't just let somebody walk up in my house, kick up their feet up on my couch, go into my fridge and do whatever it is that they want to do. It's the same thing with America. That's why we got national security. That's why we have borders. That's why we have protection. That's why. And because we do business, right? So business now, let's relate it to, home, right? Let's relate it to home base, right? Business is like my neighbors, my next door neighbor, right? My next door neighbor, if you ain't going, look out for me and let me know that, somebody was like, I don't know, peeing on my lawn or something like that, or doing some egregious thing to my house, and you're not looking out for me, then bro, me and you gonna have problems. I'm not saying you're required to, but hey, we gonna have problems. We gonna have problems because I'm entrusting you, you're entrusting me. We creating a relationship, a bond, a community, a camaraderie. You right next door to me. Why I don't want to smoke with you? I don't want no smoke, man. Come on. And that's what Trump is trying to tell these folks. You did. Okay.
That is powerful. You know why? Hamas has been dealing with Israel. They eliminated Sinwar and Sainia, the heads of Hamas. Israel then went after Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah, got him. Well, guess what? Guess who's coming in addition to Israel? A new commander-in-chief named Donald J. Trump. And if you're watching Hamas, I want you to remember two names: al-Baghdadi, no longer on this earth. And I want you to remember another, the head of Iran, their top general, no longer with us because of Donald J. Trump. Remember those names. Remember those examples. Soleimani is gone forever. Donald J. Trump's coming. Release the hostages.
And in addition to that, Kennedy, as President-elect Trump is showing the global world, right? He's coming out, he's sort of assuming leadership right now. But the thing is, the other world leaders are already seeing it also. So in addition to Trudeau going down there, we have, for example, French President Macron, who invited President-elect Trump to the very, very important ceremony and opening festivities for Notre Dame Cathedral, which burned savagely 5 years ago. For that event, he did not invite current President Biden. And I noted that the left-wing media sort of tried to paint it as, well, one, adulating and adoring leader is meeting another. It's actually not at all. The reality is that the globe sees President-elect Trump already as the leader, already as the commander-in-chief, and already as the representative of America that they need to do business with.
And it's interesting because you corrected yourself out of deference and protocol, saying President-elect Trump, but we've not in our lifetimes. I mean, unless someone was alive during the Cleveland administration. We haven't had a former president who's also our future president. But if we were talking about President Obama, we would call him President Obama. So I think it's appropriate to call him President Trump. I also think, for all intents and purposes, he's president right now.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing far more foreign policy than the president or the vice president. A couple of weeks ago, when we were on the verge of World War III with Ukraine and Russia lobbing long-range missiles into each other's countries, the vice president had her toes in the sand in Hawaii. And, you know, the president was wandering off in the Amazon rainforest. They probably...
Man, this is what I'm saying, man. The effect that Trump has is just... it's almost amazing, right? It's amazing because this dude hasn't even been inaugurated yet. He hasn't even been inaugurated yet. And this is why I said before, word is bond, and I'm starting to understand the importance of it. But he said on day one, I'm going to start doing this. When he was on his campaign trail, he kept saying on day one, I'm going to take care of this. As far as the border, I'm going to talk to Putin, or I'm going to talk to Canada and Mexico, and I'm going to impose 25% tariffs. And bro, he's doing it. He's not even waiting until he gets inaugurated. He's like, nah, we starting this now. Let's go. And that's why I can respect Trump. That is 100% why I can respect Trump. Biden, on the other hand, man, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why you would send that message to Russia and allow them to even think. And thank God Putin admitted that, he knows what Biden is doing, and he's trying to, get a response out of him and whatnot by allowing Ukraine to have these long-range missiles. So he's not going to even retaliate like that. But the only reason why Putin responded like that is because who's in the seat right now, or not in the seat right now, but who's in the elect seat right now? Donald Trump. And Putin don't want no smoke with Donald Trump either. As crazy as Putin could be, and as strong and as dominant, as lethal of weapons as he has as well, he don't want that. And I thank God that he did not retaliate in a way to where he started or he went off of what Biden allowed by giving Ukraine those missiles and saying, all right, America, you want to try and do all this? Yeah, we coming after you. We coming after this. We coming after that. I appreciate that from Putin. Salute to you for that, Putin. But yeah, this is interesting, man. And I'm excited to see what the next 4 years entails as far as every single aspect. I hope y'all paying attention, and I hope y'all staying tuned in to what's going on. But let me tell you something. Your boy on it. Your boy looking into everything. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all hit the like button for the algorithm. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all in Jesus' name. Peace. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below.